Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Susie from Susie's Room for Crochet and I'm here today as promised to show you how to make the Daisy Granny Square hat that I had up on my social media a couple of days ago. I did do a tutorial on how to make the granny squares, but what I'll do now is I'll just quickly go through it again with you. But if you want to see a slower version of it, please do refer to my previous video. And for the toddler hat that I made, it was age 1 to 3. I haven't got it with me now because I've gifted it to someone. But you will need to make 5 of these squares to go around the hat, and then 1 daisy for the top without making it into a square, but I'll show you as we go along. So to start with, you will need to make 5 of these, and this is how you do it. So grab your yellow yarn and we'll start with a magic circle. So place the yarn over your fingers and make a cross. Insert your hook under the first strand of yarn, grab the second one, turn your hook, grab the first one and just pull through, and that is your magic ring. Now chain 2, this will count as your first double crochet, and then you're going to put another 11 double crochets in the center of this magic ring for a total of 12. So go ahead and do that. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and continue round until you get to 12, and I'll meet you back here. So I have my 12 double crochets into the center of my magic circle. Now I'm going to pull on this tail to close the ring, and you want to insert your hook into the top of the first chain 2 that you did. Grab the yarn, pull through both those loops and just do like a slip stitch and pull up, and snip your yarn, and that is the middle of our daisy square. We're now going to do the petals. So if you grab your white yarn, and you can attach it to any of these stitches. I'm going to go here. Just insert your hook through any stitch, grab the yarn and pull it through, and just tie that on. And then insert your hook back through that same stitch and just grab the yarn to get your loop on the hook to get started. You're then going to chain 2, 1, 2, and that will count as part of your first petal. You're then going to yarn over, insert your hook through the same stitch, grab the yarn, pull up a loop. You've got 3 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through 2. Don't complete the stitch, yarn over again, go through the same stitch, grab the yarn and pull through. You'll have 4 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, and then yarn over and pull through all those stitches and chain 2. Then going to move along to the next stitch and do the same thing. Insert your hook through the stitch, grab the yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over, insert through the same stitch, grab the yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and do that one more time. And when you've got 4 loops on the hook, you'll yarn over and pull through all 4 and chain 2. This I think is known as a cluster stitch, and it's perfect for the daisy petals. Show you one more time. Yarn over, insert your hook through the stitch, grab the yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go through the stitch again, grab the yarn, pull up a loop, pull through 2, yarn over, insert through the stitch, grab the yarn, pull through 2, 4 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 4 and chain 2. So I want you to work your way around until you've got 12 petals, and I'll meet you back here. Okay, I've completed my 12 petals. I'm going to do my chain 2, and then you want to join to the top of that first stitch here at the top of your very first petal that you did. Insert your hook, grab the yarn and pull through both those stitches, then do a chain one, pull your yarn up and snip, and that is the daisy part done. We now have to turn this circle into a square. So if you want to grab the colour yarn that you're making your hat in, it's pink for me, and in between any of these spaces insert your hook, grab the yarn and pull it through and just tie that on. And then what you're going to do is you're going to insert your hook back through that space, grab the yarn and pull up a loop to get back on your hook, and then chain two. We're then going to put another 2 double crochets in here. That's 1 and 2. And then we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and into the same space put another 3 double crochets. So that's 1, 2 and 3. I'm just going to pull this little bit of yarn through here because it's starting to get on my nerves. Okay, get that out of the way. Okay, so into the next space here, in between the next 2 petals, you're going to put 3 double crochets. 1, 2 and 3. Into the next space, we're going to put 3 double crochets. 1, 2 and 3. And into the next space, we're going to put 3 double crochets, a chain 3 for our corner, and 3 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, chain 2 and 3 double crochets back into the same space. 1, 2 and 3. And you can see now it's starting to take a square shape. Into the next space, 3 double crochets. The next space, 3 double crochets. Into the next space, 3 double crochets, a chain through and 3 double crochets again for another corner. I am going a bit fast, but if you can't keep up, you can either pause the video or refer to my previous video, which was a bit slower. I just don't want to make the video too long for you. 3 double crochets in the next space. 3 double crochets in the next space. And into this space, 3 double crochets, a chain 3 and 3 double crochets for our final corner. Chain 2 and 3 double crochets. Three double crochets in the next space. Three double crochets in the next space. And then if you insert your hook to the top of that first, chain 2, grab the yarn and pull through, and then just do a slip stitch into the next stitch and the next one and the corner. That just keeps the square looking nice and straight. And then do a little chain 1, draw your yarn up, snip, and that's your daisy granny square. Now you need to make 5 of these and 1 just the daisy without completing the square, because that is going to be the top of the hat. So go ahead and make 5 of these, 1 daisy granny, just the daisy part, and I'll meet you back here to show you what we're going to do next. Okay, now that you've got your 5 daisy granny squares, I'm going to show you how we're going to join them. So you want to get two squares to start with and put them together with the right sides facing, so you're actually working on the wrong side. And then what you do is insert your hook through the two corner spaces and grab your yarn, pull it through and just tie that on. We'll deal with all the ends later. That one I've sewn in, but that one I haven't, but this is the wrong side. And then just pull the yarn through and get your loop on the hook and chain one. Then what you're going to do is you've got the backs of these stitches and the backs of these stitches. So you can see these V's and you can see these V's on this side. And what you're going to do is you're going to insert your hook through the back loop, so not through both the V's, just the back of the front one and the back of the second square, and just slip stitch and go into the next stitch, grab the back loop and the back loop of the other square, grab the yarn and slip stitch. And this is all you're going to do to join the square. Inserting your hook through the back loops of each stitch all the way along. Keep going until you come to the end corner space and I'll meet you back here. Okay, I've worked all the way along and I've come to the end of my square, so I'm at the two corner spaces. So if you insert your hook through the two corner spaces there, grab the yarn and just do a single crochet and then chain one and pull your yarn up, and that is your first two squares joined. So what you have to do with your 5 squares is work your way along doing the same thing. So I'll just show you how to do the next one and then you can carry on. So if you grab your next square and place the right sides together, insert your hook through the corner spaces, grab the yarn, tie that on and insert your hook through the spaces, grab the yarn and do a chain one. And then we're going to go through the back loops of all our stitches. That's the first one. You've got 3 stitches to each cluster, so if you count 3 before you move to the next cluster, it is a little bit easier if you're unsure where the actual stitches are. That way you get them all in the right place and there's no problem at all. So keep working your way along, inserting your hook through the back loops of both the stitches. Some people prefer to sew their squares together, but I actually find it easier to do it like this. But it's up to you really how you want to join them. You can join them however you feel comfortable doing, but I'm just showing you how I do it. We've got one more stitch before we come to the corner. Then insert your hook into the corner and do a single crochet, and then just chain one, pull the yarn up, snip, give a little pull, and that's your third square joined. So you need to join another 2 more and then I'll show you how to meet it together. So I'll be back soon to show you how that's done. Okay, so when you've got your 5 squares joined together like this, what you're going to do with the right sides facing, just put the 2 ends together and do exactly the same as what you did joining the other squares. So insert your hook through the corner space, grab the yarn, tie that on, insert your hook back into that space, grab the yarn and just do a single crochet, and then inserting your hook into the backs of each of these stitches, just slip stitch your way along The hat I'm making is going to fit a toddler, like from age 1 to 3 years old. However, if you want to make yours slightly smaller or slightly bigger, just go up or down a few hook sizes. And if you want to make it adult size, you might need to add an extra square. So just see how your hat works out, like with your squares, for the size that you want it to be, and just follow what I'm doing for the making and joining. The slip stitches are a little bit difficult to find the front and back, but you should be able to manage. I'm in the last corner now, so just do a single crochet, chain 1, draw the yarn up and snip, and that's our part of our hat done. So now what I want you to do is go off and sew in all these ends, and then you can turn it onto the right side, and also make one more daisy for the top of the hat without doing the square part of it. Just do the first 2 rounds, and I'll be back with you soon to show you how we're going to carry. Okay, now that you've joined all your squares together and sewn in all your ends, which I haven't done yet, you're going to grab your daisy flower and attach the yarn by inserting your hook through any space, grabbing the yarn and just tying that on. And then what you're going to do is chain 3, which will count as your first double crochet, and then put another 2 double crochets into that space for a total of 3. And you're going to work your way around, and you're going to put 3 double crochets into every space between the petals. So 1, 2 and 3, 1, 2 and 3, 1, 2 and 3, and just continue around like this until you finished putting 3 double crochets into every single space, and I'll meet you back here to show you what we're going to do next. Okay, I've completed all my double crochets. You're now going to find the top of that chain 3 and insert your hook into that top stitch. Grab the yarn and just slip stitch. And then what you're going to do is chain 1 and put 2 double crochets into that same stitch. The chain 1 doesn't count as anything, so that's 1, 2, and then into the next 2 stitches you're just going to put 1 double crochet. So 1 double crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then 2 double crochets into the next stitch. 1, 2, and then 1 double crochet into the next 2. So basically each of these 3 clusters that you've done around your petals, you're going to put 2 stitches into the first stitch and 1 stitch into the next 2, and work your way all around doing just that. So 2 double crochets into the first stitch, and then 1 double crochet into the next 2. 2 double crochets into the first stitch, and 1 double crochet into the next 2 stitches. So work your way around until you've completed all your double crochets, and I will be back to show you what we're going to do next. Okay, I've completed all my double crochets. I've ended with 1 double crochet into the last 2 stitches, and you should have a total of 48 stitches. Now you're going to insert your hook into the top of the first double crochet, grab the yarn and do a slip stitch, and then chain 1. Now we're going to put 2 double crochets into the first stitch. That's 1, 2, and then we're going to put 1 double crochet into the next 3. So 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to put 2 double crochets into the next stitch, and then 1 double crochet into the next 3 stitches. So 1, 2, 3. 2 double crochets into the next stitch, and 1 double crochet into the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and work your way around like this, doing 3 double crochets into 1 stitch and 1 double crochet into the next stitch, 3 stitches, and I'll meet you back at the end to show you what we're going to do next. Okay, I've completed all my double crochets for this row. I've done my last double crochet, and now you're going to locate the top of the first double crochet that you did and slip stitch into it, and you should have a total of 60 stitches. We're now going to chain 1 again and put 2 double crochets into that stitch. 1, 2. We're then going to put a double crochet into the next 4 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then 2 double crochets into the next stitch. 4 double crochets into the next 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 double crochets into the next stitch. So that's the sequence for this row. 2 double crochets into 1 stitch and 4 double crochets into the next 4 stitches, then 2 double crochets, 4 double crochets into the next 4 stitches. So continue, work your way around, and I'll be back to show you what we're going to do next. Okay, I've completed all my double crochets, and I'm going to now insert my hook into the top of the first double crochet and do a slip stitch, and you should now have 72 stitches, which is the correct amount for this hat. So now I think, look, I think we'll just do 1 more row without any increases, so just putting 1 double crochet into every stitch all the way around, and yeah, we'll see how that goes. So just do a chain 1 and put 1 double crochet into that stitch, and then work your way around doing 1 double crochet into every stitch, and you should still have a total of 72 stitches at the end of your round. So work your way around, and I'll meet you back here to Okay, I've completed all my 72 double crochets. I'm now going to insert my hook into the top of that first double crochet, grab the yarn and slip stitch to finish, and that completes all the crochet for the top of the hat. We now have to connect the top to this part of the hat, so we're going to do that by slip stitching to the stitches all the way around, as you did when you joined, but we need to turn it inside out because we're working with the right sides facing. So the inside of your rim and the right side of the hat to join. So what we're going to do is go into this corner space and just slip stitch. Then we're going to do the same thing as we did before, the front loop and the back loop of all the stitches as you go around. So, and remember to count to 3, your clusters of 3, so you know you're in the right place. So that's 1, 2, 3, and around we go, taking the back loops of the stitches and just work your way all the way around like this, slip stitching the back loop and the front loop together. So it's the front loop of this stitch and the back loop of the other stitch, and just go all the way around into every stitch. Take a little bit of time, but take your time, there's no rush. Just work your way around, and when you come to a corner space, just slip stitch into the corner and into the next corner, and then carry on with your little clusters of 3. Whoops. Slip stitching all the way around. So go work your way around, and I'll meet you back here to show you how we're going to. Okay, so now the top is joined to the sides, I'm going to show you how we're going to carry on with the brim of the hat now. So if you find any of these like corners of your granny squares and insert your hook into one of the corners there, grab the yarn and pull through and just tie that on. And then what we're going to do is insert your hook back through that space, grab the yarn and pull up a loop and just chain 1 just to get your work back on the hook. And then into this same space we're going to start off by doing a half double crochet. So yes, a half double crochet. So we're going to yarn over, insert our hook through that space, grab the yarn and pull up a loop. You've got 3 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through all 3. That's your half double crochet. Into this center stitch here, we're just going to do a single crochet. So don't yarn over, just insert your hook through the space, grab the yarn and pull through those 2 loops. Into this next corner space, we're going to do a half double crochet. So yarn over, grab the yarn and pull through all 3 loops. And then across all these stitches, we're just going to put 1 single crochet in each stitch till we come to the next corner. So do your single crochets into each stitch. Okay, now I've come to the corner. We're going to put a half double crochet into that space, a single crochet through that center space, and a half double crochet into the next corner space. And then we're going into each of our stitches with a single crochet till we get to the next corner. It's just an easy row, this one. I'm carrying my tail along with me so I don't have to sew them all in. I did sew all my tails in, so it is a little bit better to work with without all the strings hanging off of it. I'm back at my next corner now, so it's a half double crochet, so yarn over, insert your hook through the space, grab the yarn, pull through all 3, a single crochet in that center stitch, and a half double crochet in the next corner stitch. Make sure when you're doing your single crochets that you don't miss that first one, because it can be a little bit hidden with crocheting into the corner space. So work your way along to the next corner. I'll show you one more time at this corner what we're going to do. So it's a half double crochet in the corner space, a single crochet through that center stitch, and a half double crochet in the next corner, and then carry on working your way, your single crochets till you get to the next corner, and you'll do a half double, a single and a half double, and I will meet you back to show you what we're going to do next. Okay, I've completed my last single crochet, and I'm going to find the first stitch that we did, which was our half double crochet, insert my hook into that stitch, grab the yarn and pull through both loops for a slip stitch. We're then going to chain one, and going through just the front loop only of this stitch, we're going to do 2 half double crochets. That's 1 and 2, and then in the next 3 stitches we're going to do a half double crochet, but only through the front loop. So with this, all the stitches now are going to be half double crochets, so that's 3 half double crochets, and into the next stitch we're going to do 2 half double crochets. Then into the next 3 stitches we'll do a half double crochet, but make sure you're just catching the front loop only. So you can see, if you look at the top of these stitches, these V's, you just want the front of the stitch. Normally we go through both the loops, but for this round we're just going to be doing it through the front loop of the stitch. So what we've done 3 half doubles, so it's 2 into the next stitch, then 3 half doubles into the next 3 stitches, then 2 into the next stitch, three half doubles into the next 3 stitches, then 2 into the next stitch. So work your way around like this, doing 2 into 1 stitch and 3 into the next 3 stitches. So every 4th stitch will be 2 half double crochets. Work your way around, and what this does is, working into the front loop, you can see that is starting to turn out, so that will keep our brim going outwards rather than carrying on straight down. So continue around, and I'll meet you back shortly to show you what we're going to do next. Okay, I'm back. I've done 2 double crochets. I've got 2 half double crochets in my previous stitch. I've got 3 stitches left, so I'll do my 3 half double crochets and slip stitch into the top of that first half double crochet stitch. Then we're going to chain 1 and put a half double crochet into that stitch. We're going through both the loops on this round now, so go through the stitch as you would normally go through it, and then we're going to just put 1 half double crochet in every stitch all the way around. So start doing your half double crochets into every single stitch, and I will meet you back when I've got to the end of my round, and I will show you what we're going to do next. So just carry on putting your half double crochets into every stitch, and I will see you soon. Okay, I'm coming to the end of round 2 of the brim of my hat. I've got 3 stitches left to do. 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to find the top of that first half double crochet you did, insert your hook through the stitch, grab the yarn and pull through 2 loops for a slip stitch, and that completes round 2 of the brim of your hat. You're then going to chain 1 and you're going to put 2 half double crochets into that first stitch. 1, 2. You're going to half double crochet into the next 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then you're going to put 2 half double crochets into the next stitch. Then you're going to do 4 half double crochets into the next 4 stitches, then 2 into the next stitch, 4 into the next 4 stitches, and 2 into the next stitch. So work your way around like this, doing 4 half double crochets into 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 half double crochets into the next stitch. So it's 4 stitches and 2 half double crochets, 4 half double crochets and 2 into the next stitch. Continue round and I'll meet you back here when we're coming to the end of the round to show you what we're going to do next. So I've just done 2 half doubles into that stitch. I've got 4 stitches left to do. And then you're going to find the top of that first half double that you did. Insert your hook into the stitch, grab the yarn and slip stitch. And that completes the 3rd round of the brim of our hat. Now going to chain 1 again, and we're going to just put 1 half double crochet into every single stitch. So start with putting 1 into that first stitch and just work your way around doing 1 half double crochet into every single stitch, and I will show you what we're going to do next when you get to the end of your round. So continue round doing 1 half double crochet into every single stitch, and I will see you soon. Okay, so I'm almost at the end of my round. I've got 2 more stitches to do. That's my 2 stitches, and then we're going to find the top of the first half double crochet and slip stitch. And I thought that was going to be the last row of brim, but I think I'm going to do 1 more. If you're happy with yours there, you can not do another row and just wait and see what I'm going to do next, but I think I'm going to do 1 more row. So for those who want to do 1 more row, chain 1 and put a half double crochet into that stitch, and then just half double crochet into every other stitch again all the way around. And I will meet you back here when you've got all the way around to show you how we're going to finish our hat. Okay, I'm coming to the end of round 5. I've just got a couple more half double crochets to do here, and then we're going to join by a slip stitch into the top of our first half double crochet. And then if you just do a little single crochet and pull the yarn up and snip that, just pull that tight. That ends what we're going to do with the pink. And if you can grab your white yarn now, what you used for the daisy petals, and just insert your hook into any stitch and attach the yarn by pulling through and just tying that on. And then if you insert your hook back through that stitch and grab the yarn to get your work back on the hook and do a chain 1, then just single crochet into that stitch. Sorry, well, I've just yarned over. Single crochet, so you don't yarn over, into the first stitch. Let me start again. Insert your hook through the same stitch, grab the yarn, pull up a loop and do a chain 1, and then single crochet back into that first stitch. And then what you're going to do is put 1 single crochet in every stitch all the way around, and that just gives a little contrast finish to your hat. So single crochet all the way around into every stitch, and I will meet you back to show you how we're going to finish round 6 of our hat, which will be the final round. Okay, I'm coming to the end of our final round, which is round 5. I've done my last single crochet, and rather than joining with your hook, if you just pull your yarn up maybe 6 inches and snip, and then to finish off in a neater way, if you thread your darning needle and if you go through the back of your first stitch with your needle and through the front of the next stitch, that joins it up so that you haven't got that knot when you slip stitch. And then if you sew your ends in, I'll just show you how to do this because I didn't show you how to sew your ends in. So if you're not sure about it, if you just go through a few stitches underneath and then back the opposite way. You don't have to go too far along. And then back the opposite way to how you came again. And then once more the other way. That should keep it all nice and neat and tight. You can see that finish is seamless. You can't tell where you've ended it, so that's a very good way to finish when you've done your final round. Just snip the yarn, and there we have our lovely little hat all done. It's so pretty. I don't know if you can tell, my yarn has like a lovely little sparkle in it. The lighting's not brilliant in this room, but yeah, so this will fit a child like one to 3 years old. I've got one more tail to weave in there, which I'll do off camera. This will fit a child like 1 to 3 years old, and yeah, it's a lovely little sun hat, and I'm so pleased I've been able to crochet along with you, and you've been able to enjoy crocheting with me this hat that I've designed myself. So I will see you all again in another tutorial. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.